Did you know that a woman can carry a fetus around for 60 years? We also have a grandmother who gave birth to her own grandchild, a mom who gave birth to 8 children, and so much more. Don't swipe or click away, because here are the 10 most unusual pregnancy conditions you won't believe are real. Number 10. The 74-year-old new mom. This 74-year-old lady gave birth to twins while her husband was 82 years old. These were the couple's first children, and they said that they had unsuccessfully tried to conceive before, but it never worked for them. Now, thanks to IVF, or in vitro fertilization, the lady finally got to have her life's biggest wish fulfilled. This is completely possible as long as they used fertilized eggs and sperm. The woman's uterus is capable of carrying children well after the mother goes into menopause. Now, while the doctors in India are considering this a great success, the Western world is saying that even though something is possible with medicine, it doesn't mean it should be performed and tried. Number 9. The unexpected pregnancy. The girl you see in the picture is called Lena Medina. What makes this lady so special? Well, she's one of the rarest humans in the world. She was born in Peru in 1933, and in 1938, she gave birth to a young baby boy. Hold on a second. What do you mean 1938? Wasn't she 5 years old at the time? 5 years, 7 months, and 21 days to be exact, and she gave birth to a young and healthy baby boy. The girl's father was immediately arrested because he suspected to be the child's father, but was later released when they couldn't prove the man had anything to do with the child. If you're wondering how this is possible, then the answer lies in precocious puberty. Some kids just go through it very young, and this lady went through it at an unusually young age. Her son lived to be 42 years old until his passing in 1970 because of a bone marrow disease. So far, Lena has never revealed the father of her child, with doctors assuming that she doesn't know herself. Number 8. Woman carries fetus for 60 years. Estela Melendez was 91 years old when she agreed to do an interview with CNN back in 2015. She's a woman from one peaceful life in a small town called La Boca in Chile. The reason her story made national headlines is because she smashed that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But in all seriousness, no. It's because her story is unlike any other you've heard in your life. She suffered a fall and went to the hospital so the doctor could see the fractures. Upon doing the x-rays, they found out that she might need to be operated on, since she had a huge lump in her abdomen. They thought it was a tumor, but after further analysis, they found out that this was actually a calcified fetus that died about 60 years ago, when the woman was around 30. Number 7. Mother didn't know she was pregnant. This lady had a condition called placenta previa. That's when the placenta is not in the right place and causes bleeding during pregnancy and even at delivery. And it's this bleeding that made her think, hey, this is just my regular menstrual cycle. She continued on with her life. She even went on a diet to lose the quote-unquote extra weight. Just before giving birth, she went on a hiking trip, but when she started cramping, the lady went to the ER and the lab technician told her she was pregnant. After giving birth to her child, after 7 months of carrying it in her belly, the doctors told her that the unusual placement of her uterus made the baby unnoticeable. Number 6. Grandmother gives birth to grandchild. This couple was told that they couldn't have a child together. Not knowing what to do, they opted in for a surrogate. But because this was an expensive option for them, they couldn't find a way to save money. That's when the girl's mother, a lady in her 70s, volunteered to be their surrogate. As we've said, a woman can be a surrogate well after going through menopause, so she was happy to help. Number 5. STACEY HERALD'S impossible pregnancy. STACEY HERALD is 28.5 inches tall. Her whole life, she suffered from a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta. This meant that her bones aren't fully formed and that they break easily. Because of her small size, the doctors thought that she'd never be able to have children. If she got pregnant, they would immediately have to abort the baby because it would get so big that it would crush her lungs. Well, STACEY did get pregnant, and when the doctor suggested abortion, she categorically declined. She became the smallest mother ever to give birth to twins, and Guinness even gave her a record. Her kids are fine, but she passed away in 2018 at the age of 44. Number 4. Identical quadruplets. This is the Charles family from the UK, and if you thought triplets are rare, wait until you see what this family has in store for you. They're not only quadruplets, but they're also identical quadruplets. This means that even their mom can't really tell Ellie, Georgina, Jessica, and Holly apart sometimes. They're the only family in the UK that has this rare phenomenon, and only a couple of families in the world have had identical quadruplets. Number 3. Thomas Beatie. Thomas made national headlines for being one of the first men to ever give birth to a child in the 21st century, but this isn't the reason his case became popular. Even though Thomas, who was born as Tracy and underwent a gender transformative surgery, he still lives a normal life and looks like a normal guy. He wanted to carry the child after finding out that his wife couldn't bear children. The reason we decided to mention his case here is because of the staggering amounts of hate he got from people. Haters online called them every name in the book, and they said how this should never have happened. But the Beaties live a normal life and have found ways to take the haters out of their life. Number 2. Octomum. What you see here is a normal day at Nadiar Sulman's house. She became world famous after she gave birth to octuplets, and now she has to take care of 8 children. She doesn't mind, she likes having a big family, but what she could do without is all of the fame and publicity. Why? Well, it's because people in paparazzi can be really mean to her online. They say that she's been doing this for publicity's sake, since she's already had 6 children before giving birth to 8. Well, 10 years later in 2019, Nadia revealed to the world that she could handle all 14 children very well, and here's them during their 10th birthday. It's a hassle singing the song, we'll tell you that much. Number 1. Woman gives birth after suffering heart problems. This is the story of a woman who was told she would never have children. It all began when Cassie was only 13 years old. That's when doctors told her that she's suffering from leukemia. Since this sickness is a cancer of the body's blood-forming tissues, she had to undergo chemotherapy, which, while curing and destroying the cancer cells, destroyed her egg cells. This was a side effect, and she was told she would never have children. Even though it crushed the young girl, she took the news with a lot of courage. But then, about 8 years later, when she was 21, she started gaining a lot of weight, and this was causing a strain on her body. At one point, she became so exhausted that she had to be rushed to the hospital. The pain was unbearable, and her blood pressure was through the roof. The doctors immediately placed her in the emergency room, and after running multiple tests to get to the root of the cause, they couldn't find anything wrong with her. But the pregnancy did say she was positive, and Cassie was in shock. She couldn't believe what had happened, so she did an ultrasound and found out that not only was she pregnant, but she was pregnant with twins. After giving birth, her heart rate stabilized. Now, Cassie is a proud mother of 2 young children. On a related note, what's the craziest pregnancy you've ever seen in your life? You can tell us in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.